Hi everyone, you are listening to the Manifesting Straight Talk podcast, and I'm your host, Rachel Chamley. I'm a mindset and manifesting coach from the UK, and I am here to ignite that fire inside of you. If you are a female entrepreneur or change maker, or just a woman that is wanting more from life, then you are in exactly the right place. I am going to give you my no-nonsense, straight-talking advice to manifesting and show you how to take your life to that next level. So if you're ready, dive in now. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's podcast episode. This week I'm going to talk to you about the beliefs to make yourself successful. Now, if you think about anything you want, and with manifesting, I tell you to dream big. Now, I do this all the time and I'm like, what is that biggest desire you have? What is that big, big dream? And I know when I ask that, sometimes you are going to be triggered and you're thinking, oh, Rachel, that's just so far-fetched. I need to go for something smaller. I need to go for something safer. I need to go for something I can achieve. Well, I want to give you a secret today that is going to help you really believe that you can do the thing. Now, when we're manifesting, we are saying, you might have heard, act as if. So act as if it's already happened. Other people might say, fake it till you make it. That was always a big one. Fake it till you make it. Well, I want to show you it's not about faking it. What we can create is so simple, and it comes down to your mindset. What you think, you say, and what you say, you do. So what we need to do is start changing what we think so that we start changing what we're saying, and then we start changing what we're doing. So imagine that. Now, I'm asking you to think of these big dreams, to go for what you really desire. Now, you could be saying that, and really you're thinking, is it really going to happen? Well, all you need to do to make a change and really start to make a difference in your life, you only need to believe it 51%. Now, often people don't manifest what they want because they're like, well, I just don't believe it. I just don't really believe it could happen for me. But there's a part of them that is listening to my podcast, listening to what I do and thinking, do you know what? There's maybe a little bit of truth in this. There's a little bit of something. Why not me? Why could that not happen for me? And I know you're thinking about it because you keep coming back every week. You keep listening to this gold. So imagine those big dreams. Imagine that those desires want you more. And all you have to do is believe it 51%. This is the 51% rule, because 51% is just a little bit more than what you don't. So imagine that. You could make anything happen in your life if you just believe in it a little bit more than what you don't. So what is it, those big dreams? Could you really see yourself doing it just a smidge more than what you don't? You don't need to believe it fully yet, because the more you do believe it, the more you do think, right, I do believe it a little bit more than I don't. The more you do that, the more your confidence builds around it, the more your belief grows in it, the more your energy feeds into it. And you think, do you know what? There's a small chance bigger that this is going to happen. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go for that small chance. I know that there is a small possibility that this is actually going to happen for me. So why the hell not? Why the hell not focus my attention there? And that is all it takes. Believing in something, just 51%. You don't need to fully believe that you are good enough to do this yet. You don't need to fully believe that you have what it takes to make those big dreams happen. You just need to believe it a little bit more than what you don't believe it. So everybody can do that. You can believe it a little bit more each and every day. Imagine when you start to think, yeah, all right, this probably could happen. Then you'll start to see proof of it. Then you'll start to see opportunities arise. Then you'll start to make connections with the right people. When I first started out, like I said, I see myself on a huge stage and not playing small, like Tony Robbins style stage, people. This was big. And there was something in me that was like, that is absolutely insane. You've never wanted to be famous or anything like that before. You've never wanted to put yourself out there like that before. The thought of public speaking scares you to death, Rachel. What are you doing? But there was a little bit of me that went, that's my future. I actually think that is for me. And I believed that a little bit more than I didn't. And I started to think there's something in this. That wasn't just a vision. That was something a little bit bigger. And there was something there that I thought, do you know what? There's enough certainty, just a little bit, that makes me think that is for me. And I didn't fully 100% believe it. Part of me thought, God, I am mental. Where the hell has this come from? Has the secret just brainwashed me? Like, what is happening? This was not my world. But there was a little bit of me that was like, yeah, I do believe that's for me. Do you know what? I believe it more than I don't. And let's see what happens with it. And once you start opening up to that, once you start just believing you are worth it, just a little bit more than you believe that you're not worth it, just if you start to think your desires want you more, a little bit more than you think that they don't, how much is your world going to change? How much are you really going to start to think, do you know what, my desires do want me more? Look, I've just got a message from someone that's asking me to go and do the thing that I really want to do. And listening to last week's podcast, you go and do the thing that you really want to do. So imagine that. Imagine just that little bit of belief, just that 1% more. That is all I'm asking for you to have, the 51% rule. Now think to yourself, what have you been doubting yourself on because you haven't been 100% sure it can happen? But have you been 51% sure it can happen? And if that's a hell yeah, that you're actually a 70% sure, then you should be going for it. So have a little think about what you are 51% on, and really start putting your effort into it. Start going for it. Stop doubting yourself. Because if we all sit back and we wait for the 100%. We all sit back and wait. Yeah, I can see the way, I can see the route, I can see exactly what's going to happen. But the thing is, without taking the leap at 51%, you are never going to get to the 100. It's like I talked about a few weeks ago, you're never going to get perfect without starting. So you cannot compare your first day to someone's last day. So if they are killing it and being amazing and 100% certain that this thing is for them, that is because they started to do the thing. So you need to listen to last week's podcast and start to do the thing and just believe it's 51% for you. That is all you need to do. And then the miracles start flowing in. So stop waiting for 100% certainty, because that is not going to happen until you start doing the thing. All you need is that smidge more that you know this is for you instead of it's not for you. Or you believe it just a little bit more than you don't believe it. That is all you need. So no more faking it till you make it. No more acting as if, as in like, I don't really believe this is going to happen, but I'll act that way. No. All we're saying is act that way because you believe it 51%. Because you believe, you know that if you keep acting this way, you keep believing it 51%, soon you are going to believe it 100%. Soon you are going to believe it so much more than you ever did. So when we act as if, make sure your beliefs are catching up with you as well. Step into that energy and believe that it's for you, even if it's just a smidge more. You don't have to be 100% confident to go after your dreams. You don't have to be 100% confident when your dreams come true. You are probably never going to be, because like I said a few weeks ago, you always have that inner critic in there, and it's always a choice whether we listen to them or not. And every time you grow, you just need to think, do I believe this 51%? Do I believe this a little bit more than I don't believe it? And that's all you need to ask. And if it's a yes, that's all you need. If it's a no, and you're telling yourself you're not worthy, you need to ask, do you want the thing? And if you do, then you need to get your belief in check, and only by 51%. That is all you need. It doesn't have to be 100% certainty. So let's stop the procrastination. Let's stop holding yourself back and let's go for it. If you believe something a little bit more than you don't, that is all you need. So please make these dreams happen, because they are for you. Your desires want you more, and you know it. You know it deep in your heart. You know it may be 60%, you know it may be 70%, but because you're not 100, you've been stalling yourself. We have no time for that. We live one life. So even if you believe it 51%, you need to go for it. And I hope this one helps you to see that you don't need to fully be 100% certain or 100% sure that you can do something or 100% sure in your belief that you are worthy. You just need to believe it a little bit more than you don't, and you will go far. Hope you enjoyed this. And this month, the business bootcamp is opening. So if you haven't found out about that yet, send me a message. Let's hear all about it, because it's going to be incredible. And that is going to step you into that belief big time. So make sure you come and find out more about it and come and join. I'd love to see you in there. Catch you next week. Bye. Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Catch me next week for more Manifesting Straight Talk with Rachel Chamley. See you then.